What if I told you that 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, even with college degrees, good jobs, and strong work ethic? That's not a theory. That's a statistic from 2025 financial reports. Why? Because knowing how money works and behaving in a way that builds wealth are two very different things. Let's start with the biggest financial burden in America: student loan debt. Student loan debt in the U.S. is around $1.65 trillion, a record high. More than 44 million Americans have student loan balances. Average debt per borrower is roughly $37,000 plus. This matters because student debt doesn't just cost money. It affects life decisions. Many delay buying a home because of this debt. Some spend a fifth of their income just paying it off. And although college looks like a smart investment, the cost outweighs the immediate payoff for many, especially when behavior doesn't change after graduation. Here's the next stark fact: 67% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That means 2 out of every 3 people have no real financial buffer if their income stops. Now think about that with intelligence. We all know saving is smart. We all know that debt costs interest. We all know emergencies happen, but behavior rarely matches knowledge. Debt isn't just student loans. The average credit card debt per household is over $10,600 plus. Many Americans struggle to pay more than minimums, which kicks off expensive interest cycles. Rising delinquency rates show stress on consumers, more missed payments than in years. Add auto loans, $1.7 trillion, and mortgages, $12+ trillion, to that picture, and you see a pattern. People are deep in obligations, not assets. Here's another surprising stat. The U.S. personal savings rate is only around 4 to 5%. That means most people spend approximately 95% of what they make, without setting aside much. And even more, around 40% of households have no emergency savings at all. The median household savings is only about $5,300. About 17% have negative savings, liabilities greater than assets. Remember, median means half the households are below this number. This means emergencies, job loss, or big expenses throw many Americans into crisis, regardless of intelligence. A paycheck can seem healthy, but real wealth is net worth, what you own minus what you owe. For example, the median net worth for Americans aged 35 to 44 is only about $135,000. Not terrible, but consider debt sizes, house values, and retirement needs. This number isn't enough for long-term security. Compare this to someone without student debt. Their net worth historically can be several times higher. So we have. Most people know they should save and invest. 72% say they'd be happier if they saved more. But only half have a written financial plan, and 2/3 live paycheck to paycheck. This gap, knowing versus doing, is crucial. Because in America, knowledge is cheap and accessible. Behavior is expensive and rare. You can read every financial book, you can listen to every podcast, but until you change your daily financial habits, you're still on the same treadmill. So here's the real reason. Smart people stay broke not because they lack knowledge, but because they let financial behavior traps override it. Behavior traps like lifestyle inflation, debt accumulation, minimal savings, emotional spending, fear of risk, /procrastination, no written plan. Intelligence without disciplined financial action is like owning a race car and never putting gas in the tank. It's not your IQ that determines your financial destiny. It's your financial habits. Because in the U.S., systems reward long-term planning, consistent saving, disciplined investing, ownership over consumption, not just intelligence alone.